why use sort of like an order management system as opposed to an ERP? Today's digital, like, an ERP is an accounting system, right? It was designed to process financial transactions. It wasn't designed for a whole bunch of digital channels to be constantly pounding it with requests for is something in stock or not, and where is it in stock? And on the back end, it wasn't designed to constantly be consuming real-time updates of inventory from all your other systems and consolidating them. And so what an order management system does is a little bit different, right? We think of it as the product availability master, right? It's not your inventory master, but it's an availability master, giving you an accurate real-time view of what you have available to sell across all your channels and giving you a better way at scale to be able to serve that information up to your digital channels. People still send us RFPs sometimes that talk about, you know, how many orders can you process per second? And it's like, whoa, you're asking the wrong question, because the ratio of orders to product availability checks can vary from 3 to 1 for a general merchandise retailer or a lower cost apparel retailer to 700 to 1 at a luxury brand, because people often go window shopping before they actually make a purchase. So it's really important that you think about the scale of your product availability checks when you're considering how you want to serve up real-time inventory to all your digital channels.
People do not use, I mean, generally people use buy online, pick up in store because they don't want to waste that trip, right? Like that is, I mean, I want you to, hopefully everyone on the other end of this call here that are listening to this webinar, hopefully you're all buying things. I would assume that you are and that you're consumers. And because of that, you know what that feels like, right? It's like, oh, you said it was going to be ready, and then you get to the store, right? It's a terrible experience, right? And so the risk is that now the customer's not going to use this anymore. I said I would get to this later. Remembering that a consumer that walks into your store, buys something off the shelf and just checks out, they're perfectly happy. Like that's exactly what they wanted to do. But now you've moved them to a system of buying where you messed up that order because now you're offering a way of shopping that's brand new, but then you messed it up. You're converting what normally is, it's all about expectations, right? And if your expectations is now, this is going to be ready for me, and I get there and it's not ready for me, or you pulled the wrong item, or you don't have it in stock, like now you've moved good customers into a bad category.
I find in that vein of thinking that when an OMS is introduced into a tech stack from the retailer's point of view, it's often looked at by a small buying group to solve a sliver of a problem, and 10% of, and it's not just specific to OMS, it's across buying all e-com tech. They solve 10% of a problem with a sliver of this tech. They let the rest of the tech sit there and pay a subscription on owning this massive piece of tech, and they've solved their problem. The person that uses it from an admin point of view, they've solved their problem. Their day-to-day feels better when it comes to stock and inventory. So they're looking at stock and inventory. It's easy for them to access now. How does that play out for their coworkers, their leadership, and the customer in this case is not considered. It's not a group effort in examining the situation and the reason for introducing this technology into the stack.